3 a.m. I'm up watching a movie because I am up with nothing to do, apparently. So this morning I'm watching the Kranks because I want to get in the Christmas spirit. So this is one of my go-to movies. I'm gonna try to turn it up a little bit, but y'all know how that go with the copyright strikes and stuff. How you get copyright strike and you not even monetized? That's what I want to know. How in the world you get a copyright strike and you not monetized? I don't know if it's a strike or well, it's a warning. I got a copyright warning. Anywho, I'm watching the Cranks. It's a good Christmas movie about this couple that their only daughter goes off. Um, I think she was with the Peace Corps or something like that. I forgot how to pronounce it. But anyway, so they send her off the day after Thanksgiving, and the dad is just really having a rough time. And they are usually they're in this small town where they love the holidays. They go all in for the holidays. And I like this movie because it has my boy in there. I really like him from Tim the Two Man. I don't know if y'all know that, but the old TV show, he was the Two Man. Well, anyway, I used to watch him from that show, and I still really like when he does different movies and stuff. So the mama kind of working my nerves at the beginning of the movie already because she done sit him in the stove in the pouring rain because she wants something specific or whatever. She see it's pouring down raining. She see him struggling, and she's sitting in the car just like knitting or whatever she doing. And she sent him in the store again because he didn't get exactly what she wanted. Y'all, I don't know. But this is, if y'all want to watch with me, um, this is Christmas with the Cranks. I suggest y'all watch it around this time of year. It's a funny movie, but it's kind of centered around a small town. And he go to Santa Claus outside of the store like, you want to buy an umbrella? You want an umbrella? You sure? You want an umbrella? And he thinking he just running in the store real quick for his wife, so he like, no, I don't need no umbrella. But she keep on sending him back and forth in the store. Look, the Santa Claus said, I really think you need an umbrella. He just really having a hard time. It just seem I done had days like that before where you just seem like everything happening to you, and you be like, why is all this happening to me? Like the man kept offering him an umbrella. He like, nah, I don't need it. I'm just running in real quick. And then when he come back out the second time, then a whole bunch of water fall on him from the from the top part of the store. Y'all, I done had days like that before. Well, it's always something like something fall on your clothes right before you get to work, or like the children won't get right. You running late. It's one of those days. He having one of those days. I feel bad for him. He in there adding stuff up. And during the holidays, it's like that. You start looking at how much goes into the holidays, and you have to check yourself sometimes. Like, wait a minute now. So, I'm spending money on all this food, decoration, um, gifts, not to mention actual Christmas for if you got kids, if you got family in the home. That stuff add up. That's why I had started a few years ago. I had started accumulating things throughout the year. Like if I see things on sale that I know my kids will like or whatever, I just started getting it throughout the year and just keeping it like hid away somewhere. And the reason why I started doing that because I started to notice when you wait till like October, September, October, and start trying to get things, that stuff add up, and then you be sitting there with a calculator like he was in his office, trying to add up like how you finna do this and make sure the bills paid. Oh, not to mention if you got decorations all around your house, that's the light bill, that's going up for that month. The heating bill already. If you got gas, that gas bill gonna be a little extra high because it start getting colder in December. They don't know what to do now that they daughter gone. They daughter gone, and they trying to figure out. Well, he's trying to convince his wife that they should do something other than Christmas, cause now he done sat there and added it up, and he see that they be spending thousands of dollars on Christmas, and for what? And I'm with him on this. I'm with him on this. Like they had only one kid. That one kid is gone. How about we take the same money we would spend on Christmas and do something else? Child, she thinks she finna doggone have a night with her husband. He trying to present her with this with this idea to go on a cruise for the holidays. Y'all really need to check this movie out so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Christmas with the Cranks. He done added it up. He said they spent over $6,000 on Christmas. Y'all need to check this movie out. Christmas with the Cranks. He want to go on a 10-day cruise. I know that's right. A family that I follow, they recently went on a cruise, and I was, oh my goodness, I was so into it. But I was watching it on my TV, so I didn't comment. But I went back to my phone later, and I think I commented on one of their shorts. But uh, I think it's kicking it with the Rooks, or I don't want to say the wrong thing, but this family that I follow, they so funny, and they so real, like down to earth without being trying to be too, you know how some people try to be too down to earth to the point where they just look a sloppy mess. They not down to earth like that. They not like, I don't want to say too much, but they down to earth as far as they look like a good decent family that just prop up the camera and show what they do sometimes. Sometimes you see her and her dude out there cutting grass and stuff. It was so funny. One video they did with she flying around on that lawnmower, and she pulled up on the back of that truck, and then he pulled up on the back of the truck with his lawnmower. I said, man, if that would have been me, I would have been saying, I can't get it up on the thing. But she pulled that sucker on up on there, and he went right behind her and pulled his lawnmower up on there. Yep, yeah, I need to check this movie out. And he trying to let people know in a decent way, like I will not be celebrating Christmas this year. He's trying to let people know because him and his, well, he has come to the conclusion, and he done kind of got his wife on board now, that hey, if we celebrate Christmas this year, we're going to be out thousands of dollars because we got to get ready for a party. We will have to buy food, do decorations. We will be giving out gifts to our co-workers. We will be exchanging gifts at the party and all that. So he's like, in order to save money, let's just go on a cruise. It'll be cheaper. It'll be something for us to get away. Man, this little small town was not having it. He passed out a decent letter to his coworkers, letting them know I would not be celebrating Christmas this year. And they looking at him up and down like, excuse me? Even the little shop that she normally goes to get Christmas cards, soon as he see her out the window, he come all out the store to my, yeah, I was worried because you haven't gotten your order in for your Christmas cards yet. What? Who does that? Did you really just chase me down outside of your store? You know this is a small town. And it looked like a little small town too, where it's like the library is right there on the corner, and then there's uh the little diner or something. Did somebody just approach her when she's out to lunch with the girls? To my, I'm talking. I came to talk to you about your Christmas invitations. I couldn't live in a small town like this. They just, to me, they just too much into your personal business. I guess that's why I'm a country girl. Like, you know your neighbors, you cool with your neighbors and everything, but it ain't that serious. The type of business we get into around here is if we see something going on strange around your house and we know you don't normally do it or something like that, well, we gonna call you up. Hey, I've been noticing this car part that a little bit down from your from your driveway or whatever. Is that you? Do you know them? And we gonna make sure everybody on the street gonna make sure. Do you know that car that's been sitting right there? And if not, if none of us know you, oh, we gonna find something out. We gonna find something out. So while you scoping us out, we scoping you out too. You might not know it, but where I'm from, down here where I'm from, that's what we do. That's how far we get into your business. But other than that, we don't get all into your personal business and stuff. If you celebrating a certain holiday or not, we don't do that. But if we see something going on a little strange around here, oh, we gonna call you up. We gonna call you up, especially if we think you might not be in town or something. Y'all still out of town? Did y'all leave that light right there off, or have it been off? We do stuff like that. I don't know about nobody else, but now the Boy Scout coming around trying to sell Christmas trees. $75 a tree. I don't understand how they get so angry with him when he say like we not doing Christmas or we not getting a tree this year. they they start having a little town meeting right there outside of their house because now the Boy Scout leader then told whoever this dude is who's supposed to be like the leader of the street or something. He done told him, oh, he's not buying a tree this year. The wife telling him, you should have just bought the tree, man. Like, but he trying to stick to his original plan. His original plan was to save money and go on a cruise instead. He was like, it'll be cheaper if we go on a cruise. We'll get a chance to spend time with each other. We'll get a chance to get away and, just not do Christmas. And then the money that we would normally use for Christmas, just use that to go on a cruise. Man, he trying to save money. She saying you still should have bought the tree anyway. That defeat the whole purpose. Then when you buy the tree, then you gonna end up buying something else or giving to somebody else. whole neighborhood hate them now. Got people out there trying to put up Christmas lights. I used to do all that, like putting up lights all around the house and stuff, but I was always doing it by myself. So it got to the point where I was just like, you know what, I can't keep doing this. Um, if I had some help, that would be different. You got folks falling off the ladder and stuff, and he trying to. That's the type of stuff he trying to avoid. My stomach growling. It's like three something in the morning. I'm up and like I don't want to wake everybody up. Last time I woke up, well, it didn't got to the point where now when I wake up this time of morning, it's like I'm full of energy and want to do something, but I don't want to wake everybody in the house up. And yesterday I went downstairs and warmed me up something, and I was like, now I understand those little memes that everybody be having with the microwave, where they be trying not to close it hard, they try not to make it beep loud and all that. That's what I was doing yesterday, warming up leftovers. Came back upstairs, watched the movie. I did not get on the live yesterday, um, cause I don't know how people feel about these lives that I do while I'm watching a movie at 3 in the morning. But it's just something I do because I have a lot of energy, and it's 3 in the morning. There's nothing else really to do. Um, some mornings I wake up and I end up like folding clothes, putting clothes away, um, cleaning off my dresser, stuff like that. But this morning I was like, you know what? I want to get in the Christmas spirit. It seemed like I'm not really feeling it this year. So let me start watching some Christmas movies and try to get myself in the spirit. So the first one I'm watching this morning is Christmas with the Cranks, and that's just because I really like this movie. It makes me laugh, and like I said, I really like. In this movie, I think his name is Luther. I think, but I remember him from being on. He was Tim the Two Man Taylor back in the day, and I used to watch that show every day. Everybody in the neighborhood just don't like him right now. They see him as like the Grinch. He's like the old meanie because he not doing Christmas. The old guy across the street just really giving him a hard time. It don't help that he being mean to the cat too. Oh God. The old man to my, you still working for the man, huh? Uh, yeah, that's. He said, matter of fact, it is a man that I work for. And the man across the street, he looked older than him, and he always called him an old man. Oh, no, she didn't. He walked in his office, and the first secretary talking about some good morning, Mr. Scrooge. Oh, that's another thing. In this neighborhood, everybody puts up a big old frosted snowman on top of their house, on the roof of the house. So now they're demanding that they at least put their frosty up on the roof of their house. Literally demanding, like outside of their house, like a mob, like put frosty up. This is a little, these neighbors just a little too invasive for me. They to my just bring frosty out here, we'll put them up for you. But he trying to let them know like we not doing none of it this year. But I think putting Frosty up still could have been a cause his whole original thing was he gonna save money and they gonna go on a trip. So maybe he still could have went on and put Frosty up because they already have Frosty. So technically they don't have to go out and buy him. The Frosty, the snowman that they have is already in the basement. So it's like just bring them up from the basement and let them put it up on the roof of your house. Just I don't like conflict, so I would just be like, let's just kind of meet in the middle somewhere. But as far as buying the Christmas tree and all that, I get what he's saying with that. No, because if I do that, then I have to end up buying something else, and it'll defeat the whole purpose at the end of the day. And the wife, she just, I guess she one of those nice people that don't want to get anybody angry with her. So she's at home while he's at work and she calling him like, they want Frosty. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? See, you could tell she don't like for people to get upset with her. She don't want them mad with her and looking at her crazy. But that can be me because I'd be like, I'll go to the door and I'll say, look, we not putting Frosty up this year. Sorry. And I just close the door. Everybody putting their Frosty up. Now he's so funny. The man who's supposed to be like the leader of the town or the leader of the street or whatever. Excuse me, y'all. He come off a little too overbearing to the point where it's almost weird. It's almost like a kind of borderline psycho. He doing all this over Christmas. She made it out of there. they done, they done led her to drinking beer. Y'all have got to check this movie out for the holidays. Christmas with the Cranks. It's a funny movie. Um, it's a it's a good family movie to watch. Well, I don't know. Mm, I'm kind of iffy on that one, but it's a good movie to watch. Like if you kind of bored or something like that, kind of like I am now because I'm wide awoke with nothing to do. And everybody in the house is asleep. I think the reason why I've been getting so down here lately is because I'm feeling better and I'm getting better numbers as far as going to the clinic and everything. But I'm still considered high risk. So it's hard as a mom to be told that you can't be around your kids, you can't be around your babies, especially. I especially can't be around my babies because of the treatment that I received. And I can't really be around my 8 year old. I can be around him as far as distance, like in the same house with him, but he can't be near me. I can't be near him because of germs. Yeah, I know how 8 year olds are, especially my 8 year old. He's a little rough and tough, so he bring every time he goes back to school, he brings home little surprises, little runny noses and things like that. So I've already gotten sick. once, and I'm still kind of fighting it. If you can hear it in my voice, but I think that's another reason why I'm kind of feeling um down, because as a mom, it's like you want to be around your babies, you want to be around your kids, and I mean, you want the snuggles and the hugs and stuff like that, but you can't. She went to go get her a tan. She come out of the tanning room only to run into her what you call him, the preacher, the one with the collar. I don't know what they call those, but the one that have the collar. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. And he just staring at her boobs the whole time. That's why I said these folks just nosy. And then it's like a whole bunch of people standing behind him looking at her like, oh my God, like they just so disgusted or something. It's a tanning salon. Y'all don't want to see nobody with their bathing suit on or something like that or whatever. Don't look in the tanning salon. That's just on that. Now here he come out checking on her, and he in his little speedos. Lord have mercy. Y'all check out Christmas with the Cranks. They done put them in the newspaper. All because they don't want to spend their money on Christmas. They done put them in the newspaper. Look, she offended by it. Like I said, you can tell she's one of those wives that's like, I don't want them upset with me, and we shouldn't do this. But he have that attitude of I really don't care. I've said what I said, and it is what it is. And then the people calling them selfish because they not celebrating Christmas this year. How is that being selfish? How I was talking about this with another movie I was watching on another live. How is what somebody else do? How does what somebody else do with their life bother people so much? Like I don't understand that exchange. Like I don't understand how people get so invested in other people's personal life. I think I was talking about that too when I was talking about the IEG forum family on here on YouTube. I don't understand how people getting so invested in their life to the point where they're actually complaining about them and calling CPS on them and all that. Like what? People get too invested in other people's lives, but like a wise person once told me, if you're busy building your life, you don't have time to be all in somebody else's life. You just don't. So you take that time and you build yourself up and you work on yourself. You just don't have time to critique other people like that. I like watching some channels that critique other channels, but only if they have boundaries and limits. Like I love watching what's her name? Styling with Storm. I'm a storm chaser. I love watching her because the way she does things when she talks about Peach McIntyre, another YouTuber, the way she does it, she has boundaries and limits. Like she's not gonna bash the children. She's not gonna bash the mother. She talk about what she saw in the video, and she'll ask, "How do we feel about it?" or something like that. Now, I watch people like that because I feel like, okay, you have certain cutoffs. You're not gonna bash this girl's children. You're not gonna bash her mother. You're not gonna try to make it seem like she everything she do is wrong. You give her props when she do something right. I like watching people like that. What I don't like is when somebody come up on my page and they're straight up just bashing another YouTuber to the point where it come off as hater. It started to give a little hater vibes, you know. You be like, here it is, they doing their own thing over there. This is what they do. This is how they live, and you gotta come and bash everything about them. I actually saw somebody get to the point where they started talking about what somebody cooked, how it looked. Um, they started talking about their hair. They started talking about I see this how you comb some hair. This how you comb. This how you do this. Everybody don't do all that weave and glue and gel and sprit. Everybody don't do that. Now I did that when I was young, but then when I got to the point where when I got old enough where I started to understand, like, hey, my hair did better when I was sick and I didn't put all this stuff in my head for a while. So maybe I need to look into that. And I found out that my hair does better when I don't do all that manipulating and stuff. So you got to look at that too. Everybody don't comb their hair the same because they done found out something you didn't find out. Your hair might be coming out because you trying to do all these styles and stuff every week and glue and weave every week. And then you wondering why the chick across the street who never combed her hair got thick, full hair and long hair down her back. You might want to, instead of talking about the fact that her hair ain't combed, you might want to ask her what's her secret. Like, how you get your hair so full and thick? Oh, because I don't manipulate it all the time. Hello. Anyway, back to the movie. So now the police at his door want to sell him a calendar. He ain't gonna buy the calendar. It's a Christmas calendar. It's money. His whole point is saving money. So they got to go tell somebody else. He won't buy no calendar. He said he don't need no calendar. Oh, this the part of the movie was like hilarious. Okay, so like I said, this town is just they love the holidays, right? So so they got carolers that actually come around. I don't know about y'all, but where I'm from, we have never had carolers. I've never seen carolers or whatever you call them like come around singing at each house. I've never seen that. If I was to see that, I would probably whip out my phone and have to like take a video, a picture, and everything. Cause now mariachi band, I have seen. That's the way my husband proposed to me, so that was different. But carolers, y'all, they know this family not celebrating Christmas, and they sent the carolers over to their house just to be petty. They got these folks in the house scrambling like the Jehovah Witness at their door. They trying to hide and everything. They trying to hide from the carolers. That's crazy. This whole movie is like Mission Impossible. Like they like they trying to they trying to dodge Christmas at all costs, and they neighbors just really bugging them. How you gonna send the carolers over to the house? And you know they not even doing Christmas. Like, I'm not gonna say celebrating. They not celebrating Christmas, cause they could still have in their hearts. Okay, we know the meaning of Christmas. Did you know whatever, whatever. His whole point was we don't want to spend that much money for Christmas this year because our one and only daughter is gone off to Peace Corps or whatever, and we just here by ourselves. We empty nesters for the first time. Let's just enjoy each other. Make a whole lot of sense to me, I guess, because I have to pay bills. But it make a whole lot of sense to me to say, you know what, we not doing no big Christmas party this year, buying all the food and gifts for co-workers, gifts for neighbors. Then when they come over for the party, then we buying more gifts. Then we buying a Christmas tree from the Boy Scouts. Then we buying a calendar from the police. I mean, and then what? You got to tip the carolers, I think. I don't know. But his whole point was, man, last year we spent over $6,000 for Christmas. We gonna save that this year. Look, they getting faster and louder. That's why I said this family was kind of they were kind of laid back if you ask me. Cause me personally, Y'all know God's still working on me. I would have went to the front door and been like, "Hey, y'all gotta cut that out." I mean, I wouldn't because I'm not against Christmas and everything. But I'm saying if I were in their predicament where they have clearly said we're not doing this year, and you purposely send some carolers over to my house and they getting louder and ruder, and then they pop up at the window. No, that's too invasive. You pop up at my window. Oh no. I would have went out that door and said, if y'all don't get off my, if y'all don't get out my property, I'm asking y'all nicely to leave right now. They try to escape and they go down to the basement, and guess who's sitting down there looking at them? Frosty. And look at the little, I don't like calling kids bad, so look at the little menace in the neighborhood. He out there posting a sign in their front yard to my free Frosty. Now he turned into a Scrooge because y'all just they made him that way. At first he was just saying not celebrating Christmas this year, but now y'all done took him to the point where now he going through drastic measures to really get his point across. Like, hey, I said we were doing Christmas this year. He done doggone. She reading to the kids now. She reading like some Christmas stories to the kids at the hospital, which is a very nice way to volunteer. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever volunteered at a hospital before, at a children's hospital before, but you can't just go in and volunteer. You have to go through certain measures. So if any of y'all ever want to volunteer at a children's hospital, please understand is the process is going to take a good maybe month or two because you're going to have to go through an extensive background check. And then you have to, when you volunteer, you can't just say you want to come for one day and do such such. Um, and I believe it's because they don't want the kids to get used to one person or something, and then you just kind of disappear. So you could volunteer for like say for instance you want to volunteer for 1 month and you want to say I'll come up there every Saturday for 1 month. You have to really stick to that. And if you want to volunteer your services like the knitting circle or something like that, then you have to have a certain amount because what they would do is they would put it in the Ronald McDonald Family Room in the Children's Hospital, and they would make sure it's enough so that if a child comes in there and want whatever you have brought, then they would be able to just pick it up. Some like the older kids, teenagers or whatever, they may pass on it or whatever, but smaller kids, if you volunteer and you bring up Easter baskets or Christmas gifts or something like that, the smaller kids, of course, they want it. So just know that that's just a little side note that if you ever want to volunteer for any children's hospital, please understand that if you want to volunteer for the holidays, try to put in your request to volunteer a little early in the year, so that way if you have to go through the background check and I think they'll give you like a questionnaire or something like that to ask you like what made you want to volunteer, you know, and what else is on there? It'll say something like what services can you provide, what are some of your hobbies, things of that nature, where they try to get to know you. So go ahead and get that process done first. So that way, when it's time for you, when you really want to volunteer, you'll already have that part out the way. Anyway, I just thought I'd add that little bit. So now the Spike, who is the little menace of the neighborhood, the little boy, he keep calling them to my free frosty with all his boys, with all his homeboys, and it's they daughter calling. At first it was Spike kept calling talking about free frosty, free frosty. Now they daughter don't call. She excited to hear from her daughter. Lord have mercy, she coming home. What you gonna do now? She said she coming home for Christmas. Now the mama is like, you know what? Bump this no Christmas mess. My baby coming home. We doing Christmas. We are doing Christmas. My child coming home. That's kind of the way I feel now. It's like I get tired really easily now, but my 8-year old, he wants the Christmas tree. He wants Snoop back out because a lot of y'all know from Hip Hop Holidays last year. If you don't know, go check out my playlist of Hip Hop Holidays. Last year, I did a series with Snoop coming to help Auntie Renee because that's when I was starting to get really sick. And I thought it would be a cute little story to show that, Elf on the Shelf, he comes and he disturbs the house a little bit. He's a little menace. But when Snoop comes to visit, Snoop comes to help Auntie Renee because Renee needed help with the kids and everything. So, my 8-year old, who I call Baby Cinco or Chino, um, Chino, he really wants Snoop to come back out. And he really wants the Christmas tree. So I get it. It's like, you know what? My kid coming home. That was she saying on here. She like, my baby coming home. We got to do Christmas. So even though I've been a little tired and everything, and I'm really weak sometimes from the transplant, I I've got to get my tree out because Chino really wants that Christmas tree up, and I don't want to disappoint him. I don't want him to feel like, oh, because my mom is sick, um, we can't have Christmas. We can't have a Christmas tree. So I'm gonna ask his dad, can he really? Well, my husband is always working. I'm just gonna put that out there. He's a carpenter, so he's always going from job to job. Um, Even if he's not at an actual job site, he's going to put in a bid for a job or something like that. So I'm going to ask him on his time where he has free time, can he help me with the tree so that Cheeto can have a tree this year. I just don't want him to feel like, okay, my mom already been in the hospital a lot this year, and then on top of that, we can't have a Christmas tree. So we gotta make it happen. We gotta make some time for that. And I know it's gonna be hard for me because I'm usually the one decorating the tree, putting up the tree and everything. Um, that's gonna be kind of hard for me because I don't have the energy. I just really don't. Commercial break. So now since Claire is coming home, now he's going to try to go to these Boy Scouts who tried to sell him a tree. He's going to try to go ahead and buy a tree from them. Now, mind you, they was really getting on him about buying a tree. He shows up and like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get a tree because my daughter's coming home and we're gonna do this thing. The same neighbors that was being so ugly to him about not celebrating Christmas, now they giving him a hard time when he's trying to celebrate Christmas. I'm telling you, you can't please people these days. And I don't try to please people no more. I learned the hard way. Stop trying to be there for everybody. Stop trying to please people. Just do what's right in your heart, and whatever happens, happens. Now they trying to give him a tree that don't have no tinsels on it, no nothing. It's just sticks. They charged that man $75. Y'all gotta see it so y'all can actually see when he pull up with this old raggedy. This worse than the Charlie Brown tree. When he pull up that little regular stick on his car, what they done charged him $75 for. Now he been trying to stay away from Christmas all this time. These same neighbors been getting on him about you gotta celebrate Christmas, you gotta put your lights up, you gotta put your tree up, you gotta put Frosty up. Now that he trying to do it, the same. That's why I said you can't let people control you and run your life. People will be saying they want your grass to be cut a certain way, but are they coming over there to cut it? Okay then. Well, if they ain't the one cutting it, then hey, they ain't got no say so in it. his his neighbor getting ready to leave, and he over there trying to whisper to him like, "Hey, can I borrow your tree?" I hope y'all watching the movie with me. I think the next movie I'm gonna watch probably I think the next movie I'm gonna watch tomorrow when I wake up at 3 a.m. because this is a thing now. Ever since I had my transplant, um, we're really starting to think that it's something from my donor, a habit that my donor had, and I took on that. I took that on once his cells engrafted most of my body, or whatever you call it, like 92% or something like that. So ever since the engraftment got higher, I've been doing things that my brother does, and I've been having certain cravings, and I don't know if these are the same cravings that my brother have or not, but they're starting to think, okay, if it's not bothering you, if you're if you're getting up at 3:30, because I get up at about 3:30. It's never like 3 on the dot and like it's like 3:30. Get up, and it's like I want to do something. So they said if it's bothering me, they can give me medicine to help me sleep better. But if it's not bothering me, then cool, whatever. They think it could be just a new trait that I done picked up since the engraftment, since the transplant. So the eating part is still pretty much the same, and that's pretty much because me and my brother we like food, so so I knew that wasn't gonna be a big jump. We like the same foods we like to eat, so it is what it is. But I have been having certain cravings that they won't let me eat processed meat right now. So when I do eat certain meats, it has to be certain cuts, and it has to be washed a certain way. Fruit that I eat has to be washed a certain way. So yeah, it's a whole process getting a bone marrow transplant or stem cell transplant. It's a whole process. It's like you have to get used to a whole nother way of living, because I'm gonna have to live like this for about a year out until they kind of give me the go ahead that I can start doing certain things. But uh, one of the doctors told me, said it'll be in my best interest to still stay away from a lot of processed foods. So I'm going to try to keep that up as much as possible, which is hard to do in this world that we live in, um, especially if you have a large family. But I'm gonna try to stick with it as much as I can. But I sure do want me a fried bologna sandwich. They won't let me eat a fried bologna sandwich. Now she going trying to get her a honey ham, the ham that's in the big can thing, and it's one of those situations where it's like, you know how people get around the holidays. They say it's supposed to be full of love and cheer, but let it get down to one more thing being in the store. And that love and cheer go out the window. These folks get ugly with it. They get crazy. She trying to buy somebody else's ham at the register. Y'all gotta watch this movie. This movie is too funny. She pulled out her checkbook. You know this an old movie. She pulled out her checkbook. She pulled out her checkbook and was like, "Hey, I will pay you over the sticker price for this ham. My daughter loved this ham. This her favorite ham." And he over there trying to. He done got permission from his neighbor across the street to use his tree. All because Claire coming home. Claire coming home, so they like they trying to pull it together. Them same police that were trying to sell him the the calendar, they pull up and see him with the Christmas tree. Oh my goodness, y'all gotta watch this movie. Christmas with the Cranks, y'all gotta watch this movie. It's too funny. The same police that gonna try to sell him the calendar for Christmas, they the same police that just happened to pull up when he trying to borrow the Christmas tree. Everything started happening when they tried to do what the whole neighborhood wanted them to do. Now everything that could go wrong is going wrong. See, they should have just stuck with their original plan. They could have told Claire, "Hey, next time you got to call us ahead of time. You can't do this whole last minute thing where you just call us out of nowhere and say I'm coming home tonight." What? Now, shawty, you grown now. You out doing your thing. You and your fiance, cause the girl hit him with that too. She called him and said, "We're getting married. He asked me to marry him." Okay, well, you and your fiance, y'all can go somewhere else. Or they could set them up where they say, "Okay, y'all can come over to the house, but we not doing Christmas." But I know how that go though. When you're a parent, you know your child wants something, or your child want to see certain things. You try to make it happen. As a parent, you really try to make it happen. I don't think kids realize that. They'll realize it when they get a little older, but I don't think kids realize how much parents will go through to try to make sure their child have what they want. Boy, I remember a few years ago, my son wanted a Switch. When I tell you, we went high and low trying to find him that Switch, and it was around the holidays. I mean, we was trying to find a Switch game, and we did not want to order one because we done had some bad experiences in the past where you order something that's electronic or something, and when it get to you, either it don't work or something the buttons messed up because it bounced around during shipment or whatever. So we kind of didn't want to order one. So I get it. I get it when you trying to make something happen for your child. It's another YouTuber on here, and I saw what she was doing. I was like, she trying to get her numbers up before the holidays. She was just straight up going live all day for like, I think it was like 3, 4 days straight. She was just live in the morning, live at night. She was live when she was asleep, and you know what I'm saying? Like, she was still throwing up shorts every once in a while or something like that. And I can't think of her name. I hate when I do that. I can't think of her name right now. But it's a few YouTubers that I watch. I don't just watch just a particular circle or whatever. Like, I had somebody one day make a comment about if because my name has secret garden in it. But if you really follow my journey, you will know why I'm not in my garden right now like I used to be. But I had somebody try to kind of, people be thinking they shooting shots at you and they think you don't pick it up. They think you don't peep it. But they said something along the lines of, if I go to your channel and your channel is supposed to be a garden or secret garden or whatever, and you doing other stuff, you dancing around and stuff, then I don't watch you. Well, that's you. Me personally, I'm the type of person where I feel like I can learn something from everybody. If I like your content, if I like you as a person, like what's her name? Cause I call her Honey Sweet Tea, that was her name. But like Tyra J, I like watching her cause she got good content. I like the way she fade in, I like the way she fade out, I like the way she do her introduction, how you could tell she's real good with that whole editing thing. I like her. I don't say well, she do this. She only do vlogs, so I'm not gonna watch her. What? I like Boss Lady Denise because I like the fact that she's real. So when she do her like try-ons and her hauls and stuff, sometimes she be pulling stuff out her bag that I might possibly get. Like when she do her hauls and stuff, she be like, "Y'all, I get this cause when I clean or whatever, I like to use this." Or like her I don't wear lashes, but I get what she be saying when she be, get her lashes and stuff. When she do her try on hauls, I like the fact that she pay attention to stuff I pay attention to. If it's too tight in one area but loose in another area, she look at stuff like that. She don't just put it on and be like it's cute or whatever. She actually like tell you like, okay, y'all, this one is a little see-through, so if you wear this one, you might want to try this, that, whatever. And then she start pairing it up with like different juries or stuff, different things that she got with it. I love watching people that just do their thing. I feel like you could learn something new from different people, different walks of life. If you on YouTube and you're only watching gardeners, then that's you. That's what you like to do. Me personally, I like watching different people from different walks of life. I like watching homesteaders, and I also like watching people who do vintage cleaning. I like watching women who are into the whole vintage thing where they walk around their house in the morning, they bake bread, they wear their aprons with their little earrings and all that. I can learn something new from everybody. I like watching Coco Jelly. I like watching her because she seems like somebody who I could be cool with in person. Um, she just seemed like the type of person who I could actually meet up with and be like, have a good conversation with and not feel like I have to change myself in any way. She just seems like that type, like that, I don't know, like that girlfriend type. Um, she got a good head on her shoulder. I like what she do with kids, and I like the fact that she's uh, trying to better herself. You could, like I said, you can learn something new from everybody. Who else? What are some more people that I like to watch? I like listening to certain people. I like listening to Miss JoJo when I'm cleaning or when I'm washing dishes or something like that. I like listening to the OK Lounge with Gwen Michelle when I'm doing something around the house because they have good conversation that I don't feel like I have to keep chiming in the chat. I like to just sit back and listen to what their conversation is. And Miss JoJo, she's real good at that because she's gonna give you scripture. She's gonna talk about life experiences. Oh, you know who else does that? Miss Patty's Kitchen, Garden and More. And when I first met Miss Patty here on YouTube, she had a different name. So sometimes I get a little mixed up with that. But Patty's Kitchen, Garden and More, I like listening to her in the background too. She's like full of wisdom. Sometimes she just sit at her window and she talk about life experiences. She talk about little things that have happened to her throughout the day or that morning or whatever, and she's gonna come back and talk about it. She gives motivation. So these are people that I could just kind of sit and listen to. Every once in a while, I might get in the chat and just say I'm listening in. But if I'm doing dishes or cooking or cleaning or something like that, I'll just sit my phone down and listen. I click the like when I come in the room, of course. Who else? It's just a few people that I like to just listen to. Praying couple cooking series, when they do their prayers, I like to listen to them on Thursday live. Wednesday live, I can't quite catch sometimes because I'm back and forth in clinic. So depending on if I'm already sitting in infusion, I can go ahead and watch. But if I'm in the process of getting accessed or getting weighed or getting my vitals and all that, then I can't listen. But it's a few YouTubers that I like to listen to. Just sit back and listen to their conversation. They don't feel like they just sitting on live just to get their numbers up or whatever. It feel like they really trying to get a message out there. They really talking about something. So hey, like I said, you can learn something new from different people from different walks of life. I do not just watch gardeners. I do not just watch homesteaders. I watch people from different walks of life. And like I said, the other girl that I was watching, I'm not even subscribed to her, but for some reason, I feel like I'm going to subscribe to her. I like to watch at least 3 or 4 of your videos to kind of get a feel of who you are. But I saw what she was doing. She was trying to get some hours in before the holidays. And she's a mom. She's a mom, so I get it. I don't um I don't too much like when people say that they're positive, but their whole channel is them sideways kind of bashing somebody. It's like, if I wanted to go to a gossip channel, I would go to a gossip channel. But if you're saying that you're a positive channel, but you're saying stuff like, see, I don't do this. See, that's how so and so do, and this how you supposed to do. This how you and I just ain't with the mean girl type of spirit. Like, to me that just feels like you would see somebody who's doing something, and then you would gather a group of girls over to another table and say, you see the kind of clothes she got on. You see what shoes she got on. I wouldn't dare wear that. Would you not dare wear that, or are you mad at her because she can wear it and you can't? Like, it's stuff like that where you be like, yeah, some of y'all coming off a little haterade. Hateration. Um, I like listening to Grow Joyfully because she have this soft, calming voice, and it just feels like she's the type where I can listen to like a audio book or something. Grow Joyfully, she has this voice where it's kind of settled and calm, and she could tell you a story and you probably fall asleep. That's how calm her voice is. She can just be walking through her garden and walking through her greenhouse and showing you what she have, and it just calms you. I tell you no story, it calms you. I love watching Grow Joyfully. I love watching Easy Street with Jen. Now Easy Street with Jen, I have to actually sit and watch because she do a little bit of everything, y'all. She gonna cook sometimes. She gonna be in her garden sometimes, and sometimes she gonna be out there looking for clowny. Uh, so she like to go to different spots, different restaurants and hotels and stuff, and she gonna tell you exactly what she feel about them. So she do reviews, she do everything. So sometimes I have to actually sit and watch her, see what she doing. But some of these other YouTubers, I actually like to sit and just listen to them. I know they be thinking I'm not listening. Just like Praying Couple Cooking Series, when I was in their live yesterday, I had already been watching them on my TV, and I was listening, and they was doing their prayer and stuff. So when I heard my name being mentioned, I picked up my phone so that I could try to comment, and I couldn't comment. So I had to go out of the YouTube app, come back into the YouTube app just so I can comment. And I think it did me like that because I was logged in on my TV and my phone. I don't know. But I've been having issues with commenting. But in your live, it's hard for me to comment. So I went out the app, came back in just so I could let them know that I'm listening. I hear you, and I sent some hearts or whatever. Um, but if you post a video or a short and I feel like I can't comment, I try to wait till somebody else comment so that I can respond under somebody else's comment. So like Coco Jelly, she posted a video that I couldn't comment on even when I tried to get off YouTube and come back on. So I just shared her video because I couldn't comment. I wanted to let her know I was there. I clicked the like. And yesterday she posted another one, and once again I couldn't comment. So I was waiting to see if somebody else comment so that I can respond to their comment. It's crazy. But I said all that just to say I do not just watch one niche on YouTube. That would defeat the whole purpose of me being on YouTube. I joke with the kids all the time and I say I learned it on YouTube University. But on YouTube, you can kind of learn a little bit of everything. You can learn different recipes, how people cook different things. Miss Patty, she cooked she said it wasn't a breakfast, but she cooked like kind of like a scrambler yesterday. I was really into that. I was watching her on my TV, so I didn't really chime in until she was almost done. But like I said, I like to listen to her in the background really, because when she's talking, she's giving so much like wisdom and little nuggets in there. So I kind of like to just listen. Um, but I learn a lot. I learned how to stitch my pants one time from YouTube, from one of those ladies that does like vintage retro type of, this is the day in the life as a retro mom or living as a 1950s housewife. I learned how to stitch my pants from one of those channels. Um, you can learn anything. You can learn how to put your equipment together. You can learn how to build something. You can learn so much from YouTube. So I wouldn't dare limit myself to only watching one niche or one genre or whatever. No, I'm finna watch whoever I feel like I like their content or I can learn something from them. If I like your content as far as like your personality and I really want to follow your journey, I really want to follow what you're doing, oh, you got me. You got me. Like I said with Tara J, she got me because I like the way she do her whole thing with the editing, and I like the way she put her videos together. So that's it. It is what it is. Coco Jelly, I like her because I feel like she's somebody who I know. Like I feel like I know her. Like I don't know what it is, but um, I like watching her. But I also like watching people who can teach me about my garden. I like people who just share their garden. I like watching homesteaders. I like watching people who have livestock on their land. Um, I just like watching everybody, y'all. So I do not just watch the same circle. To me, that would be pointless. What's the point of having all this information right at your fingertips and not taking full advantage of it? Like people be buying all these courses and stuff. Why? It's right here on YouTube for free. For the free ski. Now they get ready for Claire to come home and guess what? Everybody at their house now for the party for Claire. They came because they found out Claire is coming, so they came together and they trying to make it work for Claire, for their daughter. Now the whole neighborhood trying to really come together after they didn't gave them such a hard time. The same two police. What kind of town y'all live in? Same two, the same two police all the time. My stomach growling. I need to go down here and fix me something to eat, y'all. But I don't want to wake the whole house up. Of course, they had to have a chasing scene in here. And poor Claire them brought her fiance into all of this mess. Her fiance looking like, what have I gotten into? I would be like, welcome to my town, sweetheart. I wonder if that's how my husband felt when he first met my family. Because when he first met my family, it was a lot of chaos. It was a lot of chaos. And I was just like saying to myself, like, please don't embarrass me. Please don't embarrass me. Please don't embarrass me. Cause when me and my husband first met, we didn't start dating right then. Like it was just this thing of when you like somebody. And they would have Spike out there with a walkie-talkie, letting them know, like, letting them know when she coming. When I was little, I used to want a walkie-talkie, like a real walkie-talkie, not like the little play one. I used to want the real walkie-talkie so that I can communicate with my friends, so we could do stuff like this, like they coming down the street. When I tell y'all I was a weird kid, I was a weird kid. The whole town meeting Claire at the at the car. The same town that was giving the parents a hard time. And now everybody got to meet Claire and her fiance. They back home for the holidays. Look, the mama's so excited she can't even hold herself. The whole neighborhood. That go the leader of the neighborhood. It ain't over. Spike finna get into some mess. Well, y'all, it ain't the end of the movie, but y'all gotta check this movie out. Christmas with the Cranks. If you ever get bored or have a rainy day or a snowy day and you're stuck inside the house, hey, check this movie out. It's funny to me. It got some little slow parts in there, but I think it's worth it, especially if you want to watch a holiday movie. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go because I'm gonna go downstairs and grab me a bite to eat because my stomach is growling. And yeah, I guess I will talk to y'all in the next video. Until next time, gracias por ver. Thanks for watching. Adios. Bye.